If there's the most timid animal in the world, it must be this one. Fainting goat, a unique breed of sheep from the Americas. The fainting goat originally came from Tennessee, USA. In the 19th century, a meat sheep introduced by a farmer. The fainting goat was initially the result of a natural genetic mutation. Due to its uniqueness, it was later selectively bred and became a distinct breed, ultimately named the Tennessee fainting goat. Interestingly, fainting goats faint dozens of times a day. Any slight disturbance will make them shut down automatically. Even getting too excited can cause them to faint, like they've been shocked by electricity. Amazingly, after fainting, within 20 to 30 minutes, they gain immunity before it can be triggered again. This period is also called the sage invincible time. Quite hilarious. In response, farmers take special care of fainting goats. If anything that can catch sheep comes in, it won't leave empty-handed. Besides that, they must stay away from water. Otherwise, they might drown themselves. This little guy wants to cuddle with a cat, but is met with a look of disdain. Well, it's actually a binturong. Sometimes we call it a bearcat, or a gray-clawed pear. It's also the prototype for Naylor, Puss's best friend, in Puss in Boots Adventures. Interestingly, the binturong is a small mammal. Their size is about the same as a small to medium-sized cat. Their fur is mostly brown or gray, with black ears and eye sockets. From the front, it looks like they're wearing black earmuffs. Binturongs are social animals, with very high social traits, so they are extremely vigilant by nature. In their group system, they detect danger by standing guard. In addition, when raised in captivity, binturongs can be incredibly clingy, beyond your imagination. With prolonged contact and feeding, they'll treat you like one of their own. No matter where you go, they'll follow you closely. Their naturally social personality allows them to get along with any animal. However, their way of expressing affection is very simple, which is through hugging, to exchange friendship. If you encounter a creature with dark eye circles at night, looking like a sneaky rascal, don't panic, because it's probably more scared than you are. Actually, this is a bush dog. In some places, it's found. The bush dog is a canine species somewhere between a raccoon and a dog. The bush dog's appearance is very interesting. Their fur is very thick, like a fluff ball. Their facial features are very similar to a small raccoon, but overall, they resemble a dog, causing many people to be confused about what they are. Besides being very warm, the bush dog's fur also has some economic value. In addition, to better adapt to the environment, their fur changes color with the seasons. In winter, it turns grayish-brown, while in summer, it becomes reddish-brown, to adapt to climates from tropical to temperate zones. Interestingly, many people abroad keep them as pets. Most people choose to raise them from a young age, with simple training and prolonged contact. Bush dogs become very friendly, like a unique kind of dog. This little thing drinking milk eagerly is actually a baby badger. In some places, it's also called a huang. Also, it's the tea that stole melons in Luzon's writings. Unlike other mustelid animals, the badger's appearance has a striking contrast. First, from the badger's black and white stripes. It's not hard to tell, although it looks like a harmless panda. Seemingly gentle and honest. In the wild, it's definitely not to be messed with. Don't look at him like he's just a short, chubby dog. But his fiery temper is inherited. Their canines are extremely sharp. Their bite force is close to the world-class level of 235 psi. Even if knocked down by a branch, they'll turn back to bite it off in anger. They never hold grudges, especially during the nursing period. Mama dog is basically in combat mode 24/7. Interestingly, puppies are very docile during their early stages, and they have a bit of an ugly cute vibe. If raised carefully from a young age, they can be very gentle with their owners. After all, these spoiled creatures with free food don't exist in the wild, so no matter where you go, they'll follow you. If a bird like this shows up at your window, you better be careful. Don't ever think it's there to beg for food, because it might be there just to mock you. Seagull, the bird with the most cunning mind in the world. Many people wonder, what bad intentions could a bird have? But what you don't know is, seagulls are a relatively intelligent species. They have complex social communication methods and learning and memory abilities, but most of the time, they are extremely cunning. For example, they'll steal food from other animals, not because they want to eat it, but to deliberately make the other party angry and helpless. They even steal a penguin's QQ account right in front of them and mock them afterward, like a villain straight out of a drama, encountering an outrageous antagonist. Moreover, if you think this behavior is just a coincidence, they might change your life forever. When you enthusiastically try to interact with them, they'll shyly draw your attention. You wait for a moment of trust without guard, while they wait for a chance to mock you. Usually, we take birds out for a walk, but seagulls know how to turn the tables. As a coastal, social bird species, beaches are their frequent hangout spots. When you decide to break out of your introverted shell and try to cast a spell to shatter your insecurities, this pesky bird will be there, watching the drama unfold. Never imagine that one moment of extroversion due to their ruthless mockery. As aerial bandits, seagulls have remarkably strong mental resilience. They have no fear of humans. Instead, they're obsessed with human technology and activities. Seagulls have a very unique physiological structure. Their esophagus and throat are highly elastic, able to stretch like a rubber band. They can even swallow something as large as their own body. A big sausage is like a small snack to them. To get an endless buffet, they've mastered the art of Western cemetery looting, fully integrating it into their behavior. So exciting. Seagulls are often seen stealing things and snatching stuff. If they want a chick, they just grab one. After all, snatching is faster than giving birth. Truly a full-on century bandit. This thing that doesn't look very smart is actually a skunk, but unlike the common skunks we see, this is an albino skunk. Albino skunks have snow-white fur, looking very cute. If you pick it up like this, it feels like a little white bear plush toy. Really interesting. Moreover, albino skunks are relatively rare. This is a type caused by a genetic mutation leading to albinism, similar to the albinism seen in white tigers or leopards. Usually, the skunks we see have a black and white color scheme, but albino skunks are born snow white, and the exposed parts are tender pink. The reason albino skunks are rare is because white fur makes it hard to survive in the wild. They completely lose the ability to hide and ambush prey for hunting, so most of them need to be fed by humans. To grow healthily into adulthood, what you may not know is, skunks actually smell pleasant. The reason skunks smell bad is because of their scent glands. Once the scent glands are removed from pet skunks, they have a faint milky fragrance. If there's a most grateful bird in the world, it must be this one. The crow family. A bird species that has been misunderstood since ancient times. Of course, this crow is an exception. It's quite rebellious. In Western culture and fairy tales, crows are often portrayed as evil beings, even causing nightmares for many people to believe crows are harmful birds, but in fact, it's quite the opposite. Crows in reality are actually gentle birds. Crows have a relatively mild temperament and never actively attack humans. Compared to magpies, which we consider symbols of good luck, crows are far friendlier. Crows are highly intelligent birds, with a high brain-to-body ratio and exceptional learning and memory abilities, although they may eat carrion in the wild. That's just a survival strategy during food shortages. As social birds that love living in groups, they strengthen bonds by grooming each other's feathers to enhance their relationships. Magpies, on the other hand, are outright bullies. Not only do they harass their peers and they also attack passers-by for no reason. As the intellectual ceiling of the bird world, crows not only know how to maintain group relationships, but also have strong survival strategies. Among birds, they are exceptional at actively using tools. Moreover, they have a strong sense of emotion. They will try to beg for human food, but won't snatch it forcefully. If they don't get food, they'll throw a tantrum like a child, getting frustrated in a hilarious way. When interacting with humans, they learn some human behaviors. For example, they mimic movements when humans play music, and can even learn simple words quite well. Hello, hello. If fed by humans for a long time, crows develop a sense of gratitude and reciprocation. They express their thanks in their own way for the food you provide. For example, they might drop off some shiny objects for you, or when you're too busy, they might help you carry things like a little sidekick. Incredibly cute. If there's a most eccentric bird among animals, it must be this one. The emu, also known as the Australian ostrich, is a giant bird unique to Australia. Second in size only to the ostrich, the world's largest bird. It's a relatively ancient species. Interestingly, emu eggs are quite unique. They are elliptical in shape and dark green from the outside to the inside. Typically, one emu egg is equivalent to 8 to 12 regular chicken eggs in size, with a much tougher shell. Unlike other oviparous animals, female emus lay 5 to 15 eggs per clutch, and then immediately leave the nest. The subsequent incubation tasks are entirely handled by the male, so young emus never know who their mother is. Emus are very active from a young age, leading to an enormous appetite. They grow from chicks to adults in just 3 to 12 months. Due to constant running, their leg muscles become extremely developed. Even two adults can't handle them. What's funny is, the reason emus are called the most eccentric birds is because of their intense curiosity. They have to check out everything. When idle, they'll give other animals a kick, and then run away immediately. When running, their heads bob around, giving the impression that their legs and body are running separately. Incredibly amusing.